Okay, it's live, but I can't find my picture for today's doodle. So sorry because I'm late, but I think I find it and I'm ready to start. Once again, a long time ago since the last time that I streamed on YouTube. Last week I was live on Twitch, but this time I try to do it again 1 week and 1 week in Twitch, 1 week in here in YouTube. And tonight it will be live here in YouTube. Okay. I hope the sound is the volume of the background music it's okay. And last week or my 2 or 3 previous sessions, I was trying to draw a couple of images on each live stream. Tonight it probably will be different because tonight's draw it's a quite bit more complicated. I don't like I really like my sketchbook, but I really don't like how the ink of the previous work. You can see the image in the next page, but it's okay. I just try to keep my pages clean and it's okay. But at this point, I don't like how this page look because this is from my previous session, but it's okay. It's only that I try to keep all my pages clean, and I don't like that. You don't receive your live push notification. Actually I did receive my own personal notification. My own channel went live, so this channel. It's weird because yes, I think it's happening. Gina, welcome. Nice to see you here. How are you? How was your week? How is your week at this moment? On previous session, I was talking about, let's say, pop culture, or the ways that pop culture right now are working, how pop culture is actually changing around the world. That's why I talk about Fortnite on upcoming sessions. Hi Marisabel, welcome. Nice to see you here. How are you? I actually, it's weird because yes, I just get my push notification that my channel went live. That's why I need to stream more here in YouTube. But thanks for the comment. Thanks for saying that. And I need to check if something is not working properly. Thanks for that. Thanks for your message. Nice to see you here, Marisabel. Marisabel, Gina, Marisabel. I read her from Twitter, and also she had a podcast, a really famous podcast, and it's a really nice person. Nice to see you here. Thanks for making some time to come and say hi. I was saying that on previous session I was talking about how the pop culture is working. I think different right now. How pop culture is changing because and it's something that I used to talk about in my classes. How we are are we as a group of people, as a society, we are changing really, really fast, and something suddenly appear to be like something really big or something really popular online, and suddenly these new models, these new trends just appear, and it's really weird to find where this came from or how this is happening, how this something it's trendy. No, your podcast, Marisabel. I was saying to Gina that you had a podcast. Maybe you didn't get your notification, probably because it's not subscribed. Uh, Gina Marisabel had a really famous podcast here in Mexico, and Marisabel, Gina is a streamer. Gina play a lot of video games, so both of you are content creators in different ways. But it's really nice to see both of you here right now. I was saying that probably it's hard to understand right now why something just suddenly become trendier, or why something it's becoming famous, and why I'm talking about this, just because I found this week a really interesting Instagram profile, a guy who just draw, and I was thinking that it's something that I want to try. This guy in his Instagram profile, he just draw junkyards, these places full of wrecked cars and a lot of waste and old cars like this that I'm trying to draw right now. It's not a copycat of his account, but I was thinking that probably at this point in this moment of the popular culture, there are room for almost anything, for almost anything, to become just famous or trendy, or to express something just different. And just like me, it's probably something that I find I don't know, interesting, and it's something that I suppose it's just different, and I like the aesthetics of this guy drawing junkyards, and I think, okay, let me try to draw the same. So tonight, a junkyard, not Google, not at this time. Yes, your podcast is really well known, Marisabel. You need to understand that. You need to learn how to live with that, and obviously a lot of people want to hear a lot more about you, so we want newer episodes of your podcast. But yes, I think your podcast is quite popular. In popular culture, almost anything is a twist of something else. Did you ever watch, Marisabel, it's quite old, the documentary Everything is a Remix? It's really, really old. I used to teach with that example a lot of a really long time ago, but I find really interesting as you probably see said, yes, everything it's based on something else in something else, and yes, it's probably just a cultural reference, and yes, it will work as a pop culture. Yes, it's a Volkswagen Combi, and it will be pink in my image. It's pink. It's not the Little Miss Sunshine one because it's a pickup. It's open in the back of the truck, so it's not that yellow Combi. But yes, it's a Volkswagen Combi. And as I said earlier today, this is not a class about how to draw because I'm trying to improve myself. And this is not properly about how to draw, it's more about talking about, like today, about, I don't know, popular culture in general, and that's it. The background music, Gina, Marisabel, it's okay, it's not too loud. The background, the music in the background. Yes, it's there are several versions because it's quite old, as I said, but there are newer updates on that documentary, and it's really interesting. It talks a lot about Quentin Tarantino and Star Wars films because there are a lot of references. Probably you already knew a lot of them, but it's really interesting to find how Quentin Tarantino's movies, I think, heavily praised as a pop culture product, like something big in the popular culture. It's just a collection of references, and I find that that documentary really interesting. So yes, it's a good idea. Okay, thanks, Gina. I really miss your podcast, Marisabel. But it's really I understand that you are a busy person, but it's something that I used to say to Gina that creating content it's really obviously take a lot of time, and uh, probably we can understand why there are no new chapters of your podcast, but it's something really interesting, and actually thanks, Gina, thanks to you. And actually, Gina, I met Marisabel almost 2 years ago. Thank you, thanks. I met her probably 2 years ago because of the Calaveritas on Dia de los Muertos. Um, I read a lot about her since a long time ago, but we start to talk most after that. I think 2 years at this time. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking about furniture and how each one of us can make our spaces unique and different, but because almost because there are a lot of options available at the market, and we can find a lot of different choices. We can make a lot of different choices in order to make our spaces own and personal and unique. But at the same time, because almost of that choices are available at same a limited amount of spaces and brands, and actually we had limited resources in a way of the variety of options. At the end, almost all a huge number of these or personal spaces probably will end looking kind of the same. That's something that I try to make in some different ways, how I can try to improve my English talking about random stuff like today, junkyards and old wreck vehicles. Nice to read that. I really hope that you'll be back soon. And that's it, just a basic quick doodle, and after that some color, and that's the main idea of this video streamings about an hour ago, Marisabel, because it's your first time, and sometimes I ask for ideas for I didn't take requests because it's not like something for someone specific. But if you had any idea and I feel comfortable talking about that, I try. I can make I can try to draw that, because at the same time that I try to push myself in order to talk about something different. At the same time, I'm trying to talk about that idea in a span of an hour or so. And this is an exercise that I start almost a year ago. I remember I start in August. Um, so I'm just trying to push myself and keep drawing at least once a week. I was talking with Marisabel Gina about the different spaces and how sometimes these appear live on Twitch and sometimes these appear here in YouTube. And Marisabel just I talk with her about how different people use different spaces, and that's why I decided at the end to keep both of them, and sometimes went live, going live on Twitter, on YouTube, and sometimes it's live on Twitch. That's why I try to keep both of them. If you can talk me, if you can explain that idea, I can I can try it. Are you talking about your food selection of every day that you tweet almost every day in your Twitter feed? Gina used to went live, going live later, So probably, Marisabel, you can switch to her Twitch profile in a couple of minutes. As you can see, this is like a cult. Immediately you say hi to someone, and immediately there are someone else trying to push yourself to find a different space. The grocery shopping, the vegetables and fruits that came to your home, Wednesdays or Sundays. Actually, I tried that a long time ago. Let me show you plants at some point, and I really love to draw food. But for me, Marisabel, that's a different story because um, I really like to draw food because I really love to read the Monocle magazine newsletter, and they had a different issue on Wednesdays, on weekends, and they had um, an amazing art direction on each Sunday and Saturday and Sunday. They post amazing artwork about food. But yes, really, I love to draw food, and I let me check your Twitter feed, and probably on the upcoming sessions. Oh, I missed the pan muerto. I lost it. But yes, in upcoming sessions, I can draw grocery your grocery order. Gina, it's Team Pancito. Yes. If you had any specific image that you want to try, just send me a message, or just uh, send me that on Twitter, and I can try it, Marisabel. Yes, of course, I can try it. I really I really love to eat, so I really like to draw the things that I like to eat. So that's yes, I can try. I like your set of images, and it's like, okay, it's that time of the week again. It's time for your shopping list, and I really like to watch what's on your order this week. I like it. Okay, thank you. Let me check that after this session, and I put that on my list and I can try it. Your weekly orders, Marisabel, came from uh, small producers, or what's the story about your food orders and why you start to post that? What's the story about your about your food? About your food orders. It's in a podcast. Oh, I didn't listen to that. Oh, we are that kind of people that really love to eat, I think, and any any chance to think or talk or anything related with food, it's just a good time. So that's why I just try to draw food at the same time that I'm trying to it's a good chance to improve the way how I draw at the same time that I'm trying to thinking about that specific food. Oh wow, that's really interesting, and I'm not aware of that. A podcast. Okay, that's really interesting. And something that happened to me with this exercise since, as I said, almost a year ago, it's that I try to, as probably you can see right now, I'm trying to improve the way how I speak English. I used to attend a conversation group on weekdays, once a week. But then COVID, and after that, a lot of work and a lot of things happening. So I quit that at some point, and I didn't draw for a long period of time. So I'm trying to solve several issues at the same time. And it's probably the same idea, or I think probably it's related with your idea. Yes, we are lucky people because we can make these choices. We can decide what to talk about, what to eat, and make some consciousness about this thing that I'm about to eat, or something that I want to be or I want to own. It's truly a privilege. I'm with you. And as I said, I'm trying to keep this helpful and interesting. Obviously, there are not a huge community around this exercise, and I understand it's probably not the most popular way of entertainment right now. But at the same time, it's something that I really feel meaningful for me, and I'm trying to keep this not so personal because um, it's about these ideas, not about my whole personal life. But at the same time, I am opening myself a bit on each session. So it's something different that I'm trying to explore each week. I'm trying to find how this will work for me. I'm reading your messages. Thank you. It's exactly the same for me. I didn't socialize a lot also, but oh, your kitchen, it will be a three-star restaurant. I also love to cook, so I understand you, I think. Yes, I knew what are you talking about, and that's really it's really important. It's something that you need to do how to cook. I used to attend this group live here where I live. I live in Leon. Um, but then COVID, and after that I quit. So suddenly I stopped practicing my English, and at the same time I need to, yes, socialize. I need to try to find a way to make some social contacts, and um, I stopped drawing. I quit my drawing exercises a long time ago, and that's why I try to solve that three issues at the same time live on internet, because why not? You are not so well trained for your Instagram live, Gina, because you need to take a photo as a proof of your dinner, of your food. Okay, that's different. As you can see, and as I was talking, there are some choices for everyone. So Gina, it's okay to post your images of meat eaten food because there are fans of that kind of content online. Yes, I try to be low profile on all my social media accounts, but at the same time, I mean, I try to push myself to feel more comfortable appearing on camera, and probably I decided to make this live as a live stream because I don't need to make some edit after that. I don't like to hear my voice. I don't like to see my face. So if I don't need to make an edition after the content was live, like this exercise, it's okay for me because I don't feel comfortable watching me. And actually, I don't like to go back and remember what I'm making a long time ago. So for me, this is a weird uh, middle part because it's probably too personal and too open, but at the same time, it's not too open because I can't see me at the same time. Thanks for your support, and it's really nice to keep the support of like both of you. And I knew that there are some people, and I watch my numbers. I read my statistics at after each session. So to anyone out there watching this, thanks. And any any tip, any idea, it's welcome. And there is a lot of room for there are chances to improve this exercise. I started teaching online for a online college, a master degree in a foreign school, for a foreign university in 2018. So when the COVID arrived in 2020, I was fully aware of how going live works for for that uh, for that kind of exercises, teaching online. And at some point, I just decided, with the help of people like Gina, I decided to do this because I already had a lot of equipment and I had some time available on my schedule because there are no coffee nights, or I as I said, I already quit my group of conversation. So I decided to try this, and it was a really interesting journey. As I said, as you can see, I'm not famous, but actually I'm not trying to become famous because this is for me. And and you can find a lot of interesting people, and you can talk about these things, about these ideas with interesting people. And that's why trying to I'm trying to achieve at this time. Yes, actually, that's really relevant on at least I think in a really similar way. Um, right now, probably it's the better idea. It's just to be low profile, and if you make some earnings, if you earn some money, probably it will be okay. But now, being famous, it's quite complicated right now. So no, it's not a good idea, I think. What do you think, Gina? You want to become famous with your streaming sessions? I like how at this point, this internet culture, this new popular culture, this new pop culture had enough space for almost any idea. And obviously, this is not attractive. This is not a nice a nice picture. It's not your typical scenario. It's not a nice picture to have, but at the same time, as the same for the already part eaten food, there are someone who probably will like your picture or your drawing of a lot of rust, dirty old cars in a mountain. So I think it's really interesting how there are enough space right now for a lot of different ways of expression, and there are room for different ideas of different ways to say that you want to say. And as I said, this idea came from an Instagram profile. Actually, I didn't remember his name, but it's a guy who just posts these wreck cars a little bit more realistic. As you can see, this is just a quick doodle, but I think it's something interesting to try. Nice picture in the way that a place that you want to visit. It's not a touristic place, but at the same time, and it's something that I try to open myself, and I need to say that I really feel this interest to visit junkyards. I've been there several times, and it's a really interesting place. And I'm pretty aware that that's not the typical place that a lot of people want to visit, but it's something that it's some place that I find really interesting because I don't know. I just like how a junkyard look and how you can find a lot of different things with a story behind in a junkyard. No, Marisabel, I didn't know about that guy. What draws? what are drawing in their TikTok account? The boot drawing guy? No, no, I didn't know it. It doesn't sound familiar to me. I mean that probably a junkyard it's not the top in your list of places to visit in the upcoming vacations or something like that. That's why I'm talking about it's not probably the most popular, trendier place to visit. That's the idea about probably it's not the nicer place to take your pictures, but at the same time, and I remember at some point I talk about in my classes, I talk about bad um, decisions in advertising and that fashion runaway in Auschwitz. It's obviously a bad idea, and at the same time, there are people visiting that kind of places, and it's not like um, not 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 the happiest place on earth. But obviously, that's different because there are meaning about behind that idea. Okay. Sometimes, most of the times, Marisabel, I try to draw more quite detailed, more um, with a different style, as as I said, as you can see. But tonight it's something different because it's not so detailed and it's a wide open image. Probably tonight it's a little bit different. Bot drawing guy on TikTok. I promise to search that immediately after tonight's stream. At the very beginning of this exercise, I start talking about how Bob Ross probably it's the first reference in this style of exercises, and at the same time, Bob Ross didn't invent this kind of um, way of doing something. I mean, live. or kind of life on video. But it's interesting how at the same time that popular culture, as I was trying to talk about, this idea of doing the same thing with a slight different change, but at the same time um, trying to keep the core of the basic idea. I mean, uh, it's still drawing, it's still doing some kind of art. It's different, but it's probably kind of the same at the same time. And I find that really, really interesting how you can make something different. At the same time, there's other people work, previous work in your new creations. A doodle a day on TikTok and a year on the pandemic. Okay, that's a huge milestone. I had some big issues trying to do um, Inktober. I finished my first Inktober last year, but actually that took me, I don't know, 45 days, and I do it all live, but not once a day because you probably know a lot of things to do, a lot of work to do. Actually, right now I can't take that challenge. I'm not in that level of commitment because there are a lot of work to do. And I tweet earlier today, and it's some phrase that my boss told me. My boss said, and I never think about that we are having so much work that we are like in a venta nocturna, like in the night of uh, big deals on a store. I had a lot of things to do right now, but this is my 60 minutes of calm and relax, and that's why I try to go forward and keep doing this. And as I said again, it's nice to be here with people like you and the people who watch this later. And that's the idea for me to try to make something different. Thanks for watching, Gina. Thanks for coming. It's almost done. So, Marisabel, what do you think about this exercise? Any idea, any suggestion in order to improve this exercise? Do you want to join me with a quick doodle someday? Yes, I want to add some rust. Just in a minute. Give me a minute. I try to make these border lines, and after that, some of this dirt from the bottom appearing on the cars, and I probably leave it in that way, and that's it. That's it for today. Some days I tweet after the stream the final picture of what I draw, and I post something like, yes, I talk an hour long about each day idea, and it truly sounds, I don't know, weird, because if I try to explain to someone else that I talk 1 hour long about junkyards, rust cars, and how that's pop culture in my own personal opinion, I think that's kind of weird, but at the same time, I feel myself comfortable with that idea, and it's something that I'm really enjoying myself. In my job shop, what shop? Sorry, I lost that comment. What I'm selling? In my job? No, in my day, my boss told earlier today that we had a huge amount of work, like it will be working on Liverpool Venta Nocturna, because we had so much work. But no, I'm not selling. I'm not selling anything. I'm just having a lot of things to do. But yes, it's like we are selling, like vendiendo enchiladas, like selling a lot of we are kind of selling a lot of stuff. So that's, as you can say, I try to find a way how I feel myself comfortable, and this is something different, and it's something that I like. Yes, it's weird. It works. It works for me, and if someday there are people here with me watching this weirdness, it's even more meaningful. Like, yes, we appear to be in the Venta Nocturna, in the night shift of a promo night, like ah, Black Friday. I saw your post about. Yes, I knew that about your knitting projects, and I remember we talked about um, Ravelry a long time ago. And actually, yesterday I had my last session of one of my classes, and again I talk about Ravelry as a social media platform, and I was talking about that time when we talk about that. I found Ravelry in 2006, probably 2005, because I start my own business when I was working somewhere else. Um, I design embroidery, and I found that social media platform, trying to find some platform to connect with people who buy or need or offer embroidery, digitizing for computer machines. And I opened my Ravelry account. Then I found that it's not what I'm looking for, and I just probably my account is freezed because I didn't use it since a long time ago. But Ravelry, it's not for me because it's not the kind of service that I offer to the market. Uh, it was something really different for me at that time because I found that it's not a typical social media platform. And right now in my classes, I teach Ravelry as a vertical social media platform, not a wide horizontal platform like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, like this highly specialized. Crafty, no. Actually, I didn't know. I didn't know Crafty. I used to um, be really active a long time ago on Instructables, Craftsy. That name, it really sounds to me like familiar, but I think I don't have an account there. Craftsy. Yeah, probably. Let me check that. I promise that I try to follow that, find that guy who draw you talk about, and also I found something of that. I make some research about that social media platform. Thank you. And I think it's done. As I said, just about an hour long stream, and tonight is July 20th. And that's the idea of this channel. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming tonight. I really push myself to do this once a week. Every time that the work or my different works allow me to do that. And that's it for today. Again, Marisabel, thanks for watching. If is anyone else out there watching, thanks for coming. Nice to see you here. Thanks for coming. And each session I try to finish with a reminder. Just be safe, stay healthy, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye bye.